This is the start to a new 10-day adventure. Stephanie and I just got the car and the canoe and all our gear here to where we're gonna park. We're gonna make a short little carry over to the pond that we're gonna stay on tonight, hang out, fish, have some food, and Stephanie's gonna be taking off tomorrow, leaving me for the remainder of the 9 days pretty much solo till I hopefully meet up with John and Logan from the ADK Addicts, and that'll be happening probably Wednesday, day 5 or 6 for me. I'm not exactly sure which, but nah, I'm excited. It's a little windy, a little cold. Hopefully it's not like this the whole time, but we'll see. And I'm gonna start unloading stuff, helping Stephanie here, and we're gonna get on our way. Yeah, it's only a real short little carry over to where we wanna go. So that makes it easy to put the car there, load up, unload, and she'll be able to get out of here real easy tomorrow while I continue on. Moving so fast I had to reel up the lines here, but we're pretty much at camp. I could see where I landed last year here. I'm gonna pull right up to that, get us out of the wind, get our bags unloaded, maybe have some lunch. And there we are, successfully landed. Let's get our stuff out of there and get this up out of the water. Yeah, we got all our gear up here. A majority of this will go home with Stephanie tomorrow, and I will be pared down with much less for the rest of my solo trip. But figured while we had the chance now, might as well bring out a few nice extra things, huh? Some Easter bread, some not dehydrated beef stew, just right in there, ready to go. I've got pierogies for Easter. That little cooler there has some stuff in it. It's gonna be good. And a little new piece of kit this trip would be, I think they call these a cold handle or cowboy pan, frying pan. And I've seen a few guys up here use these. Most notably Dave from Nature into Action. I saw him cooking venison, I think, in one of these on a trip, and I had to have one. So I got that, seasoned it up, and this will be my first time using it. But right now, I'm gonna get the tent, camp, and everything set up, and hope this wind dies down. Maybe as it gets a bit darker tonight, hopefully it'll calm down, and Stephanie and I will get a chance to fish out there. It was so rough coming over here. I could tell the wobblers were just spinning through the water. They weren't just floating like you kind of like them to. We were blowing so fast, but hey, you kind of just try to play with the hand that you're dealt out here, and that's what we'll do. Look at those waves. Oh, I just can't catch a break with this wind no matter where I go. Yeah, it's really blowing out here. What I'm hoping is that this little protected bay right here might be fishable a little later. I mean, it would be now, but I got too much to set up and do. But I would love to get out in this little bay right here, and even if I can't troll, I'll cast, I'll throw out some spinners. Just excited to be out here, excited to fish. I hate that this wind is stopping us like this. But I got 10 days. I'll make something happen. So I know a lot of these campsites here, they see a quite a bit of heavy use, and I knew that good firewood would probably not be super readily available right here at the site. So we stopped at one of the little stands on the way, grabbed this. I took it, split it down with my axe over there into these smaller, more manageable chunks for the campfire. And we should be all set tonight. Have some s'mores, make some food. That'll be good. That wind just will not slow down though. I have no service out here. Stephanie had just enough to try to get a wind report, and it looks like this is just gonna blow all day into the night, and then hopefully settle down in the morning according to that same forecast, which would maybe, just maybe, allow us to get out and actually troll for some trout. But yeah, you can see that's just brutal. You couldn't be out there. It'd be no fun being out there. I really like this site though. Yeah, so the wind has let up a little bit here. Not really enough for us to be able to get out and troll yet, but it's not howling like it was earlier and rattling the tent. It's raining a little bit, but we decided to come down here to the shore, fish a little bit. She's throwing out a spinner. On the end of my line, there's some power bait. And to keep warm, we've just been taking little sips off that. It's really good. And found this net out here in the weeds. Quite a bit lighter than my other one there, and seems like maybe it would be easier to carry around. I might send Stephanie home with my regular net and keep that one for the rest of the trip, in all honesty. But yeah, we're kind of just putzing down here, hanging out. Hopefully soon enough we'll either get on a fish or get up there and make a fire and make some dinner. But either way, it is great being out here. Yeah, we're both getting kind of hungry, so I left her down there by the shore to fish. I'm under the tarp right here. Got that beef stew in the pot. I'm just gonna get the little stove going, warm that up, and that is gonna make for an awesome meal on a cold day like this. It's gonna be great. Coming along nicely. Yeah, I really like this little stove attachment I have here. It goes low enough to kind of simmer. Some of them I noticed had trouble doing that. They just get either too hot or not where you want them. This one does a great job. The stew is never really boiled there, just like you could see, sort of just slow simmering on top. Yeah, that wind never let Stephanie and I get out for that evening bite like I was hoping we'd be able to. But we had a great dinner, some really warm beef stew, and once I got all the dishes done and packed away, we came over here. I got a little bit of a fire going, letting that burn down to some coals, and we'll have some s'mores later. And if this wind could die down just a tiny bit more, I could probably go out there and do some bullheading. I know there's good bullhead in this pond, but it's tough doing it with the wind blowing on you out there and the lure of the fire up here. So we'll hang out, have some snacks, maybe a warm drink, and see where the night takes us. No matter what though, it's just great being back out here camping with Stephanie. Early spring in the Adirondacks. I'm sad that we can't do the whole 10 days together. That would be amazing. But yeah, I'll be meeting up with John and Logan later in the week, hanging out with them. We'll do some good fishing as well. So hopefully you guys get to see some action. Stephanie and I are awake now and still kind of hanging out in the tent trying to be warm because last night it started snowing on us. It kept going all into the morning. So we've kind of just been hunkered down in here, haven't even eaten anything yet. We're gonna get out in a few minutes here, find something to eat, try to fish, and Stephanie will be sadly going home today. But I still got 9-ish days ahead of me, so hopefully it's not all like this. I set my tarp up in the wrong direction. The wind was able to blow that snow right under there. I'll have to get all that cleaned up. First, might do some fishing. Wow. The white on those trees is beautiful, though, I have to admit. The water out here. Oh my God. This is gorgeous. Hope it's not too cold for the trout to wake up and cooperate with us here. We'll see. Wow. Stephanie specifically told me, she's like, it's too cold, I don't want to go winter camping this year. And I was like, alright, we'll wait till spring to get you out here. Whoops. Yeah, Stephanie and I got out here for a little bit in the canoe. We're just trolling around with wobblers right now. I'm moving through a few different depths, kind of just letting this gentle breeze push us along here. It's pretty nice not being under the trees back there with what little bit of sun there is coming down on us in the canoe. It's pretty great. I know I've said it a million times, but I miss being out here so much. Even with this cold, I'm gonna make a great trip of this. Just need to work on finding some of these fish now. We tried for a good couple hours, but only got some bites that stole the worm and nothing else. And it's about 2 o'clock, and Stephanie sadly has to depart. So it is going to be just me from here once we get her back over to where the car is. And that's what we're going to do now.
Hopefully it's still in one piece.
Yeah. She's taking some of this gear back that I can't carry the whole way. Some stuff that she had, a cooler to keep a couple things, a couple nice things that we brought for dinner the first night. And gonna load in and head over. Well, Stephanie just took off. We said our goodbyes there. Oh, it's always tough saying goodbye to her for the first time of the year here like this, knowing I'm going to be gone for 9 days. Oh, I'll miss her. I wish she could do this with me. But now I've got the task of re-rigging this canoe for a solo venture now. I got to move both rod holders up in front of me here. I gotta move that crappy depth finder I've got up near the middle with me. I gotta rearrange a few things, but shouldn't take me long, and then I'll be back on the water fishing. It's cold, it's a little overcast, but otherwise, it is beautiful out here. Stephanie was pretty cold. I'm not that cold. Having to step in and out of the water to put the canoe in, I didn't bring the wet socks that I normally wear when I do that. Now they're over in camp right now, so Just a little bit of cold feet for a while, but it's manageable. So I'm gonna get all set up and get back to trolling. Oh, by the way, I think, wow, I can't believe I neglected to mention this. A big piece of new kit this year would be 6-gill rods and reels. I have 2 halfling rods. The left one has a banshee, the right one has a carve. And I can't tell you how highly I think of this company. John and Logan put me on them. Last year, John had me try out his halfling rod with braid on it while we were pike fishing, and I fell in love with the thing. The short butt on it for while you're sitting in a boat, the braided line that he had on it, not twisting and tangling after hours of trolling. It was a complete game changer from the monofilament and ugly stick setup that I had been rocking for, my God, years and years. That was just my go-to combo. Monofilament purely because that was what Grandpa fished on, but this really, for what I do, the applications that I'm using it for up here, the braided line is a big deal. And at the end of that, I've obviously got a wobbler. Between the wobbler and the hook, or whatever lure I end up putting down there, depending on the water I'm in. Some of these you can't use live bait. So I might put a second spoon, smaller spoon on, or a Rapala countdown, or something like that. Anything that would entice a trout, basically. 12 to 18 inches below that wobbler. And usually it is a killing rig up here. Might just be the water temperatures. There's so many factors that I can't really begin to hazard a guess why I haven't caught anything yet, but I figure with constant experimentation, constant messing around with lures and depths and various factors, I should at the very least be able to come across a few, I would hope. 9 days out here. What would really make it a special trip, though, is if I could get one of each trout out here. If I could find a laker, a splake, a brookie, a rainbow, and a brown, that would be the ultimate trip. But you know, they can't all be like my last lower Saranac trip. You know, that was constant action, big fighting pike. I'm after a little more intelligent fish here this time, so we'll see who's smarter. Yeah, I've trolled around for a bit. I'm almost back where my campsite is now. I think I might go in and rehydrate some of that curry I made. Eat it with some naan bread. Just kind of warm up a bit. Maybe, I don't know what I'll have to drink. Maybe some green tea or something like that. And I'll be right back out here, providing it doesn't really, weather doesn't change too much or anything. Here's the curry and dehydrated chicken, it's just cold soaking right now. And that's actually how I do a lot of my meat-based meals. I'll put it into a bowl like this, basically put just enough water in there to cover it, and let it sit for maybe 20 minutes, and then heat it up. I found with almost everything that I rehydrate from home that this is really the ideal method. I know other people might do it differently, other people might have other ways they do it, but this really works for me every time. I'm never without a good meal out here. I love it. And, you know, I've got spices and other stuff here to add to it if I have to. Salt and pepper, some stuff in this black mesh bag here. I keep my drinks like hot chocolate and stuff in that one. A a couple different things here. Some snacks are spread among it, and everything. There's a lot more inside the barrel. What I did as a rule of thumb for this trip, I did the meal planning and basically weighed it out to about 2 pounds of food per day, coming up to about 20 pounds of food for me for this trip. Maybe a little over that with some snacks and stuff, but that is about how I do it. So right now it's just waiting for that to heat up. I'll throw on a podcast or something, or wait for that to rehydrate rather, not heat up. And then after it's, you know, had a little time, then I'll throw it right on the camp stove there. It should be good to go. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm just starting to introduce some heat now, and you can already see it's quickly coming back together. Still a little bit more in there to break up and kind of rehydrate, but this is going to be a great meal. Yeah, my camera died while I was eating dinner there, but I'm all fed. Got a nice warm meal in me. Ate a bunch of naan bread and curry there. That was great. And it looks like it's time to get back on the water. It's kind of turned it into a really nice night. I mean, it's not super warm, but that view is gorgeous. It looks like I'm gonna come up skunk tonight. It's almost 8 o'clock. It's getting a little cold out here, and I think it's time to call it. I got a lot of days ahead of me, a lot of ponds, so I can't really complain. I'll go in, I'll make some kielbasa, I'll have a fire, drink a little whiskey, have some s'mores, and probably pack into the tent a little early tonight, do some reading. And I'm gonna try to wake up early and make my way over to the next pond. Oh, that should be fun. But yeah, I'm gonna get this boat in there, get everything squared away, and call it a night as far as the fishing goes. It's a beautiful night out here. Oh, I wish Stephanie could be here still. She always ends up being around when the weather's the worst and having to go home the day the weather's the best. But she's got some time off this year. We'll get her out on some trips. She's gonna have fun. Yeah, well, got a nice fire going here. Had some dinner. I made some kielbasa, made a little bit of pierogi. Had some s'mores. Took a few pulls off that whiskey, and now I'm kind of just relaxing right now. Killing a little bit of time, hanging by the fire, being warm. I figure maybe next 45 minutes or so I'll start moseying over to my tent, get everything together, get a book out, read for a little bit, and then we'll be moving tomorrow. I'll be packing up camp in the morning and moving on to the next pond where hopefully we can find a few trout. Whew, woke up to another pretty cold morning out here. I immediately got up, started packing, getting everything together right now. I already took down the tarp over there, got my food all together, and I'm kind of just getting everything ready. Oh, by the way, happy Easter, everyone. I know by the time you're seeing this, it's much later than that, but today is Easter. And in fitting with the tradition, tonight we are going to have a Polish Easter dinner. I'm gonna make the white kielbasa soup. I'm gonna make potatoes, pierogies, hard-boiled eggs. It should be quite a feast out here in the woods. Hopefully I'm able to get it all right. But either way, I am excited. One thing that does not have me excited is the weather report I saw for tomorrow. And it looks like there might be several inches of snow coming my way. I don't really know how I feel about that, but I'm out here, so I'm gonna find out. There's no turning back now. And yeah, we'll just have to make do. But I'm gonna finish getting everything all together here. Finish getting all packed up, get the boat loaded up. Last thing I'll do is probably have a little food, a little drink, and be on our way. And just like that, we are all packed up. Canoe's loaded up, got the weight evenly distributed. Got my rods ready to troll across the pond, and we're gonna be on to the next one. We got a couple carries to do. Shouldn't be long ones. I remember them being pretty easy last year, so yeah, just gonna make our way over. Make my way over. I don't know why I always say we when I'm alone. Huh. Not very easy to launch right here, but I'll figure something out. Maybe I'll be going in the water. I don't know. Look at this doe right here. She came running by, stopped, and just let me get a good look at her here. Wow, what a beautiful animal. Give her some space. Look at her go. She ain't even worried about me. No, don't worry about me. I'm just watching you. Wow. What a beautiful animal. There she goes. Oh, there's two more running through there. Oh, those are much smaller too. Those might be her fawns. They don't have spots, but they're real small. I wouldn't be surprised if she was trying to distract me from them. That was awesome. Totally unexpected. I heard something, I just heard something moving, turned and looked, and there she was, stopped looking at me. And then her two little ones came running along the left side of me there. Looks like they're all heading down towards the pond I just came from. Wow, awesome. And just like that, the carry is complete. Made it down here to the next pond. The one that Stephanie on the last trip kept calling Copernicus. And we're just gonna be paddling right through here. I don't think there's any trout in there. I'll still throw out a line to see, but I'm pretty much gonna be pushing right on into Fish Creek, making the carry over into the next pond, and then one more very short carry after that will take me to where I want to camp today. I hope this wind calms down, or at least doesn't get any worse than this, but it is blowing in kind of a favorable direction. This should allow me to just zip right across this pond here and make my way. Look at this, I'm out here fishing in a snowstorm. What the heck, man? This is wild. It's not even that cold. Not so bad, huh? All right, let's go get the rest of the stuff. Have a little kielbasa before I move on. I needed some lunch. I guess it's back to snowing then, huh? Oh, this spring weather up here could not decide what it wants to do. One minute I'm out in the sun, ripping off layers. The next minute I'm putting them all back on and trying to bundle up. Whew. Well, I had a lunch. Time to get this canoe back in the water and make our way to the next pond. All right, well, I got my lines out, trolling behind me. Canoe is loaded up, and I am moving on to my campsite for the night, which is just one more short carry into another pond here. But this one's pretty big and pretty deep. So I threw on a couple of shad wraps that I'm gonna troll behind the boat here. See if I can come up with anything doing that, but you know, it's getting later in the day. I gotta cook Easter dinner later at my campsite, so probably just gonna breeze through here as quick as I really can, in all honesty. I mean, I'm gonna troll slow enough that these will have a chance, but yeah, if nothing happens here, I'm not gonna spend too much time worrying about it. I'm much more anticipating fishing on the next pond anyway. That one's supposed to have rainbows and browns and brookies, so that is much more what I'm after. But a big lake or a landlocked salmon wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't scoff at it by any means, but right now, I'm just basically pushing right through. Hasn't been too bad of a day. I was worried it was going to be pretty cold, but the wind hasn't been that bad, and the snow and cold hasn't been that bad. The sun keeps popping out. It's turned into a pretty nice day, I'd say. Should be a pretty short carry, and I might actually be able to just carry everything to the campsite over here. Hell out of here. Look at this. I just got to the campsite. Freaking jackpot, man. That's crazy. Fire pit could use a little work. I don't know what's up with that. Wow. That was easy. Home for the next day at least. Home for Easter. Let's get everything set up. Hey, I got everything all set up. Sleeping bag, sleeping pad, liner, all that set up in there. Having a little bit of pink lemonade right now. Going through, sorting my stuff, and kind of just relaxing, getting ready to cook dinner in a little while. I'd like to get out there and fish, but I don't know, it's pretty windy right now. We'll see. I got a while before I'm actually gonna start working on dinner, so we'll see. Yeah, it looks like the wind gave me a chance to fish out here for a bit. It's a bit overcast, but not too bad, not too cold. I'll make a few passes around the pond here, and if nothing happens, I'll go in and start working on dinner. But I'm definitely gonna give this a real solid shot out here today, and probably a bit tomorrow morning too, if it presents the opportunity. I love being back out here. It feels so good being in the canoe, being on the portage trails. I miss this so much. Not too many other people around either. I've seen one other person this entire time so far. We'll see how that keeps up, but compared to summer, That's pretty good. Oh my gosh, I think I lost it. No, I didn't. Wow. Oh my gosh. I've been working so hard for that fish. Whew. Oh my gosh. Oh, let me wipe my hands. Oof, that's cold. Wow. That's a beautiful brookie. Wow. Look at those colors. Oh man. That's awesome. Wow. Alright. I've got a lot of food with me. If it wasn't Easter Sunday and I wasn't cooking this big meal, I would keep this fish. But he's healthy. He's ready to go. There was a little blood around his mouth, but there was no need to kill that fish. I've got a huge meal to eat tonight. That would just be wasteful. And all I can hope is that there's more fish like that on this trip. Sorry for the podcast play, and I listened to these two guys. The show's actually called Two Guys in a River. They talk a ton. They talk exclusively about fly fishing, and it's been something I've really wanted to get into. And especially hearing them talking about it and everything. So, yeah, that's usually what I listen to when I'm out here. Alright, I gotta get these lines fixed. Yeah, I think I'm done fishing for the night. It's getting cold. I gotta fish. I got food to make. So I'm back in here now. And I'm gonna try to get this meal I make on camera, but it's getting dark, and I don't know how that'll go. So, we'll see. But the idea is, basically, potatoes with a white kielbasa soup. I'm gonna hard boil some eggs and put some kielbasa in there. I've got pierogies and kielbasa in here. And then there's some brown gravy to go with the potatoes. I mean, it's not completely authentic, but, you know, it's close enough for being out here in the woods, right? I'm gonna start working on that now. Maybe get a fire going, warm myself up here, and, see where we go from there. But man, it is just a beautiful night. Look at that sunset. Might even be able to see the other guy out there on the lake. Pond, rather. Wow, this has been an awesome day. I can't believe that there's a big bundle of firewood here, too. Oh, we got the loon calling. Wow. You couldn't ask for a better day. wish Stephanie had been here. Oh, that would have made it the perfect day. Yeah, I got a little hungry while I was cooking everything, so there's only one pierogi left, but we've got mashed potatoes, we've got the white kielbasa soup there, and afterwards some chocolate bread. That is going to be good. I'm going to dig in now while it's all hot. Wow. A full moon. The loon's howling. What a great night.